You know, so normally I'd look at the tides and I might have a bit of stuff to do around the house, and then if I've got some time and the tide's low, I'll just whip out, and because it's only 10 minutes and you're out on the beach here, so I normally just drive north or south, whatever I feel like. Normally it's just a toss of a coin and go that way. It's getting more and more a part of me because I don't really know 90 Mile Beach. It's so big and so vast. But as I said, I've always had that connection with the West Coast. It's just something to do with the ocean. The West Coast ocean it's powerful, it's moody, and you know, some of the best days you can have on the West Coast is, you know, when it's rough and windy and wet. And that's the connection I have.
What I've been doing is I've been coming up and just going to the main, like, you know how I've got my GPS, I just come to the same spots, and I've just been trying to pick up as much as I can from those same bits. And it's kind of cool because when you come back you can't see any plastic, but then when you start looking, you know, like, yeah. Look at all the bits of plastic. It's yucky. See, that's off a building site. These things, they're the worst, I reckon, because that's got chemicals in it, and when they get brittle they break and fall apart on the beach. Classic peg, heaps of those. Why can't we make wooden ones? It's just endless. Rope. People come and camp here, you know, like this is primo camp spot. Tide comes in and it only comes right to here, you know, and you're still up here. And people come here and just think it's fantastic, but they don't spend an hour picking up all the little bits of rubbish, and they leave it all behind as well. So it's, you know, it's a catch-22. I don't know what. You just need to get people a bit more connected, I think, you know, and make them think, shit, let's protect it, or otherwise it's not going to be here for much longer. You know, it's shit how people think.
The ocean is everything for me. It's a food source, it's pleasure, it's a lot of things, you know, and what's out there, there's stuff to be discovered. I could go on for ages about the ocean. It's a really meaningful thing for me, and it's horrible to see it get destroyed, really. It's depressing. It's nice when you're out there, but then when you start picking up rubbish, it's very depressing, and it gets more and more depressing. And I can only do about 2 hours of my own time, and then I've had enough, because normally by that stage I've got 100 kilos, and it's time to come home anyway because I can't fit any more on the car.
Rope, I normally weigh the rope separately just so I get an idea on how much that's taking up. At the moment it's about half.
I think most of it comes from the fishing industry. It's pretty big. I mean, if you go down to my shed there, the pile of rope's getting pretty big now, and at the moment there's about 200 kilos of it down there, and I've picked up 800 kilos in the last few times I've been out, so that's a pretty big percentage. Generally it is coming off the boats. I mean, I've recently found out that a lot of the bottles and everything you're seeing with the names of Chinese names or Japanese or Bangladesh, they all come from fishing boats. They can't drift across those currents too easily. So I'd say they're all coming from fishing boats here. Commercial fishermen are sort of set in their ways, and it's disturbing really what they throw over the side. Yeah, they should know better. Maybe people need to be educated a little bit more. So My goal is to build a business, an ecotourism business and homestay where people get an experience in the environment and maybe even get a connection to something that we view along our journey. I mean, who knows? I think connection's huge, like having that connection with anything. The land, the ocean, something to do with nature. I mean, everybody's had a moment in life where you've gone, whoa, that's amazing, well, look at that. Like I look at that all the time and just think, what are we doing? It's hard to give up because, even when you leave the beach and there's still more to pick up, you still want to go back and, no, I'd never give up. No, I think it's important not to give up.